karsa.
And let's remember, guys, this is not any change on a patch, any change to the meta. This is just the meta in the LPL evolving over the 2 weeks that we have spent on patch 11.3, and more junglers feeling more comfortable on this champion, which, again, still has pretty decent clear speed, but is much more of a late-game threat. But there is the Kalista that IG have been known for. We don't know if it's top lane. We don't know if it is AD carry. Puff was the one who picked it up in their recent series, and with the Renekton as well. You would expect it to be a bot lane Kalista, but you really can never know with IG.
And immediately the answer from top esports is that Aphelios Thresh combo here. You can play incredibly safe in the bot lane. If it is against that Kalista, they can play weak side. But if it goes up towards the top lane, there's a little bit more time for top esports to figure that out. Because obviously with a Renekton there, you'd think Renekton top, right? But this is the LPL. Renekton can be a mid laner. We'll never really be able to predict that one. Shun gets his Nidalee, though. This is something Shun is exceptional on.
IG have first picked Nidalee on blue side in numerous games where, you know, Nidalee has never been the S+ tier prio jungler in LPL this year. I like your point about Renekton can go mid because neither Rookie nor TheShy have played it this split, actually. So we don't even have past evidence to go off on of where it will go. But we do know Puff has played 2 games of the Kalista this split. TheShy has played none. I expect for IG to go for support on 4, but top esports having 2 bans, I think you could just ban out the Leona and potentially the Alistar, and then I don't know where IG goes because Lucas has only played 3 champions this split. He has 7 games on Rel, 3 on Thresh, and 1 on Leona.
Yeah, I mean, Rel is absolutely the pick to think of for Lucas, but even when you look at like LDL last year, the Thresh very much a highlight pick for him, but this set being the ban here from the side of top esports, which I will say, set Kalista is an exceptionally obnoxious lane to have to fight against. The Rel already banned, as you say, and I'm curious if they do ban away that Leona. There are things like the Galio as well that can pair up quite nicely with the Kalista.
Yeah, you definitely have that option, and it will give you the ability to get lane prio in that lane, right? Galio able to spam the Winds of Lore as well as his passive, and then Kalista obviously being such a strong laner. We still have both Alistar and Leona up, though. Obviously, both matchups can be a little bit annoying into the Thresh, but I still think realistically, a lot of these champions are, like, their base stats are so strong, and the way you're playing for team fights is so standardized, they're fine, but actually going to go towards the Nautilus, which slipped our minds, is a champion that is pretty good into the Thresh as well. He can hook you, you can answer with your dredge line. You are much tankier than the Thresh, obviously, so you're going to do a lot better in those early 2v2s.
Knight locks in the Syndra, though. This is one of the signatures for Knight. While the win rate in LPL is pretty atrocious on 26%, I never really apply the win rates in the entire league to players like Knight because he is very much his own category. And a Malphite locked in for 369. He wants to play very safe on the top side.
And, you know, going back to the Syndra point, let's remember Game 5 of Top Esports versus JDG. JDG over like 5K gold, 1 scatter the week from Knight, 1 Top Esports the summer final. So you love to see it. You talking about the Malphite, I think it's a really good pick up against, you know, whether it would be the Renekton or if they did want to flex the Kalista, which is obviously not going to be the case at this point. You do exceptionally well into these AD matchups. And then I also like it, they are going to all in on these team fights, which you highlighted earlier is the way that Top Esports and both these teams love to play. And then Rookie going back to his bread and butter of 2020, pretty much his whole career, this Orianna that, again, when Rookie's piloting it, it's not about a slow farming style. Rookie is the type of player who can find solo kills on this champion.
Yeah, and you know what? Last time these guys played game number 2 in that best of 3, Rookie brought out the Orianna, and we already showed the clip earlier. The 1v3, 1v4 kind of play that we got to see out of him, completely styling on JackeyLove in that play as well. Rookie, one of, if not the best Orianna in the world. It's so exciting to see him play. But again, I want to reiterate, Rookie has not been having the best split of his life, but I feel like this is the matchup to bring that out. This is the matchup for Rookie to dig deep and show that this is still his year. This is still an IG year.
And we have 2 teams that both want to fight, so these are definitely the drafts to show it. But big distinction, Top Esports have a lot of late game insurance. They can take this game late and they will win out. For IG though, we have a Kalista, we have a Renekton. We need to win fast. We need to brawl early.
Yeah, you want to see Lane Kingdom, you get Rookie's Orianna, you get a Kalista in the bot lane, and Renekton up top for TheShy. And I'm so good I'm so glad to see this from TheShy, playing aggressive again. None of these Scions, none of these scaling tanks. He wants to get in there and get into the fights. But we're jumping into game number 1 here between IG and Top Esports. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on to the map here. It's IG and Top Esports going head to head. I'm going to play a little safe here as I wait for the JOs. And you can see the fans out in force for this one because you know this is just such an important series. And you know, in terms of the actual standings right now, this is not the most important series in the LPL, but in terms of reputation and in terms of what this means for each of the organizations, this is such an important series. IG stacking up for an invade, and they are starting as they mean to go on here, Lyric. Into the jungle they go. Red buff spawning. Karsa forced away from his chickens here. Puff stepping on forward. This would be 4v4 though. Top Esports quite happy to answer the aggression as they start off on the red buff here, trying to dance the dance as Lucas steps forward.
I really like what IG are doing too, because they have the ability to like throw out projectiles. Ooh.
Look at that, given over to Karsa, but the fight is underway. Zhuo, the target, taking some damage. Karsa running away from this one as Knight now going to be slowed by the red flash forward from Lucas to get the root, but he's taken down for first blood, and IG have to sprint away from the play. Top Esports start the fight off strong.
I thought it was a good plan coming out from IG. They have the Nidalee Spears. They also have the Rend there as well. They should be feeling really good at level 1. Still, they over-aggress a little bit, and the kill does go over to Karsa. This is going to feel great, especially when you look at your lanes and top lane doesn't win early on. Your bottom lane is going to be kind of a push and pull, but I expect if Puff and Lucas get the all-in, they definitely will come out ahead. You're the slower clearing jungler, so any way to ease that early game is going to be a nice boon for Top Esports.
Well, TheShy is like, look, I'm against a Malphite in the top lane, so sod it. I'm going to go and try and kill Karsa instead. He will be chased away from this blue buff. Wasn't quite able to finish off that control ward. He was trying to get some vision down, but Karsa will be able to deny it. And now 369 is going to try and deny entry to the top lane. 369 is a level up right here, and TheShy not respecting it enough, losing this trade heavily.
He's still fine with it, right? Because he's fine with these extended trades. He has Conquer. He wants to stack that up and then keep going. Still nice from 369. Gets the short burst trade off with his poke and then with the Grasp of the Undying. And it does even out in the end.
Yeah, the wave pushing towards TheShy as well, so he'll be in a good position when it comes to controlling that lane and able to get these great trades. And that's one of the things about the Renekton, right, is that sustain up in the top side. But I want to quickly set something up here, Lyric, in terms of this rivalry between the two teams, because I feel like it's only fair to talk about this as a rivalry since JackeyLove joined Top Esports. And since that moment, right now in games, it is 3-3 on the scoreboard between the two teams. But Shun wants to change that as he moves up towards 369. Red buff going to slow him down. 369 flash available, and will do so towards Karsa. Nothing going to come of it, just a flash from the top lane.
Yeah, and I want to highlight what actually happened there, because TheShy went for that aggressive trade, which forced 369 to back while the wave was pushing in, but Rookie's getting punished, Munchables.
He's got his flash available, should be okay on this one, but he doesn't even have to flash away. Actually wins the trade with Knight on the back of it. His movement is just so clean.
Yep, nice sidestepping coming out from Rookie. He's going to be able to catch this wave in full. I do expect both mid laners to look for recalls, no mana on either side, but it is a bit of a win for Rookie because Rookie still has his TP. Knight already extended his. I don't think Rookie has the mana bar to actually push us into tower, though, to deny any minions from Knight. So we've seen nice lane and wave control coming out from both soul laners from IG so far.
Yeah, really good stuff, but I do want to talk about lane and wave control in the bottom side as well, because when you look at the CS numbers, JackeyLove right now is way ahead of Puff. Puff barely being able to play into this lane. I will say Shun on the top side. He's been spotted by a ward, but he might just look for a dive here onto 369.
Yeah, it's going to be quite tough. He is going to have one wave, so he should be able to look for it. Rookie also still has TP, which I really like that you're holding that when you're looking for plays like this. Still, 369 is going to back off and get away. But moving back to that bot lane discussion, I agree. I think it's pretty shocking to see that Puff has fallen so far behind because let's remember, IG got to pick their bot lane matchup. And we did see Lucas lose all of his summoners early to where I think JackeyLove only lost Flash. So, you know, maybe with the loss of Ignite and Flash on your Nautilus, not able to find those windows to all in. And obviously, Aphelios does have the range advantage, as well as Thresh having a ranged auto compared to Nautilus. So being able to harass in more of an extended lane where there is no kill threat coming from Kalista and Nautilus.
And let's just talk identity in this bottom lane a little bit as well, because obviously when you think of JackeyLove, you already know what to expect as rookie. Nice little dodge on the scout of the week there. JackeyLove may be the most aggressive AD carry in the league. Like, this guy wants to play aggro. This guy wants to really show that he is in the game and he's going to find every advantage. Zhuo fits that style beautifully as well. Puff kind of trying to reinvent himself a little bit this year as Karsa moving topside. Here we go, all in coming through. The knock was there, but the TP being channeled. TheShy has a good amount of sustain and dashes out of the play. Rookie goes in with a shockwave and finds the turnaround kill. The two solo laners from IG in a 2v2 now as Knight arrives on the scene. He's not level 6 just yet. No scatter the week available. In fact, the stun comes through. No ultimate available is what I'm trying to say. The 2v2 diffuses though, and it's just a kill for Rookie.
And Munchables, I really love. I don't even get a chance to talk. Lucas goes in.
Yeah, no time to talk on this one. Zhuo hooked up, but Gravitum hovering on Lucas. They don't commit to the route on this one. TheShy now going out on tonight. He's just going to clear the wave. Doesn't overcommit to the play.
And I want to go all the way back to what started that play in the top side, because it was the fact that Rookie did do so well. Knight was playing too aggressively with his mana pool, had to back. Rookie held the wave in mid, and then started zoning Knight off when he didn't have Flash, which, oh my god, Munchables, it doesn't end!
Knight's in trouble. The stun comes in. He doesn't quite have the damage to finish it. Scatter the weak. Stuns onto TheShy. Knight and TheShy going head to head, and TheShy comes out on top.
Really nice play coming out from TheShy. This is what we were talking about, bringing up the level of IG players. This is a rivalry. These are some of the best mechanical players in the league. And I feel like between mid and top, between wave states, all-in potential, how they're utilizing, you know, cooldowns, we have seen TheShy and Rookie just getting the better end of 369 and Knight.
Look at this, Knight feeling the pressure from TheShy here. TheShy doing such a good job to dodge.
Right, he just walked too far forward. We see the Slice and Dice come in with some rage stacked up. The W instantly, his Conqueror instantly stacked up full. Gets the better end of the trade. The ultimate from Syndra doesn't do enough damage. Nice sidestep after that, and he secures that kill. And now they're going to be able to turn this into a dragon. So superior early game coming out from IG so far.
Yeah, really good stuff from IG, and TheShy will continue to try and bully in that top side. He's got himself a little bit of a CS lead to work with, and the same can be said in the mid lane as well. Rookie doing a really good job, and so the solo laners from IG being the win condition right now. Who could have seen that one coming, Lyric? That's a rare thing to say.
I will say, right, we expected the top lane and jungle matchups to go this way, but the fact that Rookie has done such a good job of getting the better end of Knight, and again, I think it all stems from that early TP from Knight and then the wave management punish afterwards, has been pretty surprising. Rookie hasn't been in the best form, like we've said. His laning phase, I think this split still has been pretty good, so it shouldn't be too shocking, but Knight is... right, one of the best mid laners in the LPL, top 2 with Rookie last year. We expect this to be close and to go toe-to-toe, and maybe for Knight to get the better end of Rookie in current form.
And that's one thing that I really want to reiterate about both of these teams is coming into this series, in terms of the standings, these are not the top 2 teams in the league. And in terms of the performance of individual players, it's been a bit lackluster from IG. And Top Esports have only very recently felt like they're coming into form here. So today, stepping onto this stage, it feels like both teams are on form. It feels like we're playing a very important series between the two teams. With the way that they're going head-to-head right now, this is feeling tense.
Munchables, it looks like we're setting up for a dive. 369's TP is about to come up. Knight already has his.
369 has that unstoppable force available, but in fact, it's Knight. Forget 369. It's just going to be a Syndra. They still pressed R, and there was still nothing Puff could do about it.
I really like this from Top Esports. Again, JackeyLove completely stomping this lane out of nowhere. They're playing around that advantage. Looks like he's already going to get first turrets because he does have the combination of Crescendum and Severum. And yeah, this is what top esports have been all-inning on lately, right? It's all been about JackeyLove.
It doesn't matter if Aphelios is super meta. It doesn't matter if he's been nerfed 100 times. When you've got Crescendum and Severum, you can one-shot towers. That's just the way League of Legends works these days. And JackeyLove abusing that fact, taking the first tower off the game. And importantly, he got so much solo gold on those plates as well. This Aphelios is exceptionally accelerated. But Shun wants to get the Renekton ahead instead on the top side of the map. Has that Herald as well. 369 has his ulti available, so should be fairly safe on this one, but the spear lands, forcing the flash and the ulti out from 369.
Top esports are making their way up to respond, though. Zhuo is already here. Karsa is following him.
Okay, Zhuo happy to tank the spear because he wants to close the gap right here, but Lucas arriving on the scene as well. Man advantage for top esports. The hook goes wide, but TheShy push back into the fray once more. Pulled in with the flay. Has a bit of sustain though. Slice and dice out for the play. Moonlight Vigil and Karsa gets the kill. Now Lucas locking them up underneath the tower. 1-for-1 now, but the flay. The box keeping everyone in the fight, but Zhuo stayed too long. The stun is there. JackeyLove, can he finish any more kills? Can he turn it into more? Because right now, IG winning out. The auto goes in, but the shield is there. Rookie now. Shockwave on tonight. This fight so chaotic, but it's IG that win out.
IG doing a nice job of picking up these kills, and Puff is now given some breathing room. Super close, going punch for punch. One thing I do want to highlight, Munchables, is if this game stays even, not only in terms of champion scaling, but even the way the compositions play out, I feel like massively benefits the side of top esports. You have a bunch of low range on the side of IG, Renekton, Kalista, Nautilus. None of you will ever be able to touch JackeyLove, especially getting past Zhuo. And Knight, Karsa, 369, they can all get right on top of Puff and Rookie and pretty much instantly one-shot either of them with all that burst.
And, you know, even outside of the solo laners and who you expect to be the carries in this game, just look at the scoreboard. Look at where Karsa is right now, 3-1 on that Hecarim. But a similar story on the side of IG. Shun is the guy that's picking up kills. He's gone for the Night Harvester on this Nidalee. Shun will be a big threat, and this is his signature pick. This is the pick that got Shun onto this roster. It's time for him to show up in the jungle.
Yeah, and for IG, I feel like the way for them to win this game is going to have to be picks. From the way these comps play out, like we just talked about, I don't think IG, as the game progresses, will be able to take straight up 5v5 team fights. Right now, TheShy is still incredibly strong, and he can be a pivot point to win those skirmishes. But in the long run, it's about creating picks, catching people out with the Nautilus, with the Nidalee, maybe comboing that in the side lane, and also trying to get some gold back onto Puff, because if he keeps falling behind, he will be incredibly useless, and I'm glad IG recognized that and dropped him this Herald.
Yeah, we're basically just seeing a case study of the difference between Aphelios and Kalista when it comes to trying to take towers down, because Puff, not the strongest at finishing those towers quickly, but JackeyLove on the other side, guess what? Crescendum and Severum once again. Sod your Herald. He's quicker than even the Herald is. This is going to be 10 turret plates that JackeyLove is going to be the benefactor of. That is insane. He is going to be so accelerated. He's 2,000 gold ahead in the bottom lane alone, but IG with a good response, take a tier 2 in the bottom side.
You know, this matchup reminds me of, I can't remember what season it was, but I remember there was one split where all we had was like Kalista against Sivir. And you know, the distinction that I remember pro teams would make back then is like, okay, if you have the Sivir, you're playing for turrets, you hit those much faster. When you play Kalista, you are playing for Drakes, for Barons, neutral objectives. And it feels like Aphelios versus Kalista is kind of the evolution of that. We see what JackeyLove's doing, but IG are the ones with bot lane prio in that situation. They're able to instantly combo that into a Drake, and now they're sitting on 2. It's going to be an Infernal Rift, one more Drake there on Soul Point, and it's giving IG more windows to play through, and gold is pretty much 100% even.
Yeah, and that's what I was about to point out, is that we are dead even in gold right now when it comes to total amounts. But where it is on the scoreboard is a different story, because look at that plate gold. 1,600 total, and 1,520 of it going to JackeyLove. He is monstrously huge in that bottom lane. You can see already a Kraken Slayer and a Zeal with a couple of daggers in there. Like, we're 14 minutes into the game. 80 carries that haven't got any kills are not meant to have almost 2 full items.
And it's going to be really hard now for the fact of, you know, we're getting into a place where we're contesting mid wave and then turning that into river control. I mean, JackeyLove is so massive, he should always get it. IG's only hope is what they're doing right now. JackeyLove steps a bit too far forward, Dredge line comes out, you chain that with the shockwave, and JackeyLove still should be burst down. You also have Shun there to combo the spear, but I would much prefer to see Shun hovering for the Shy, allowing him to hit turret and trying to get that Nidalee Renekton combo that we know has been prevalent throughout the past years.
Karsa moving into the jungle here to try and clear some vision away. Herald about to respawn, so I am a little curious what's next for IG here, because we set up earlier that they're the team with the more early game based win conditions. They're the ones really with the onus on them to speed this game up, and it feels like Herald should be the call for them to try and make that happen.
Yeah, I think we're going to see both teams start heading up there right now. Ping's already coming out on top esports side. We can see on our screens Lucas and TheShy making their way up there. 369 has flash and ultimate, so he's not in any danger. If IG realize that JackeyLove reset, which I don't think they do, they could look to walk deeper into the enemy jungle and get vision down. And it does look like Shun's trying to do that himself, but right now, Munch, I think it's going to come down to execution, but I definitely like how top esports comp takes 5v5s.
This is one of the nice things about Syndra as well, is you can protect those buffs. We saw it at level 1 on the red buff, Knight getting that red buff to Karsa, now on the blue buff as well, but Lucas could be caught. Hooks over to the wall, Rookie having to flash away, but he's feared. Can they get onto him? The knockup is there, Moonlight Vigil as well. Rookie still surviving, but finally goes down. Infernum across the team though, and this could be bad. JackeyLove is still going, stunned up by TheShy and taken down by the Crocodile. TheShy is going huge in this fight, spinning around and taking him down. Now with the Scat of the Week to keep himself alive, is Shun trying to close the gap. A TP from TheShy. He just cannot be stopped in this fight. TheShy back on form, winning out the fight for IG.
And this is showing that TheShy is that bridge in the early game. It's all about TheShy and Shun right now, because top esports actually found a pretty good engage and took out Rookie and Puff. Those are supposed to be two of the key members to IG, but that flank angle from TheShy was so massive. Shun's distance control was so good. They not only get a ton of kills, now about a 2k gold advantage, but also the Rift Herald.
The short-range teleport from TheShy, the advanced Hex Flash, if you will, as he teleports to the other side of the fight. Let's take another look as it was top esports starting the engage.
Yeah, Karsa goes in with a nice ultimate chained with 369s. There we go with the Moonlight Vigil, and instantly Rookie is down. We're going to see Puff go down as well, but keep an eye on TheShy because he was the one coming in from the flank, and he got instantly on every member. Nice Qs coming out on 4 or 5 men, and as this play was progressing, Shun was doing a nice job of staying behind Lucas, managing his distance. There's the TP you talked about, and this is the 2-man squad that really shored up this skirmish for IG.
Here we go. Now Drake going to be up next. 50 seconds on that one, and top esports realizing that they can't just let this happen over and over again. But TheShy is not afraid. Going in 1v5 basically here, but he's 1v1 on the enemy top laner. Lucas is caught out. Aftershock will keep him safe. No, it won't. Knight says no. Lucas taken down. The Rookie support removed from the skirmish. That might just mean Dragon here for top esports.
We saw questionable plays on both sides, though. Lucas going a bit too far forward. 369 for some reason wasting his unstoppable force on TheShy solo. They don't have the damage to burst him down. Top esports will be able to siege mid a little bit, but they are missing some key ultimates. I think IG can still posture for this.
Oh, whether they can or not, they're going to. That's just IG and who they are. You can see them moving in. Herald dropped in the mid lane as well to guarantee themselves priority. Drake up in 5 seconds time, and top esports have to answer this Herald. They have to move to the mid lane themselves. Great spear onto JackeyLove, but he's got that Severum, so will heal himself back up. Zhuo taking a couple of hits as well before this fight ever begins. Looks like IG with position on this Drake. Lucas has rejoined the fray. He's respawned and he's back on the action. With these spears coming out from Shun, IG are able to push top esports away. This is the 3rd Drake of the game for them. An infernal soul point now for IG.
And I don't expect IG to slow down with the composition they have. Maybe we're going to see some resets come out, reposition towards the top side of the map. They should be able to get that outer turret with TheShy's pressure. He doesn't have TP, so you're going to send Rookie towards the bottom lane, get vision control, and start looking for that Baron play. And one thing we're going to really need to look out for on the side of top esports is they're going to need to start buying some Grievous Wounds. We have a fed Renekton, a fed Nidalee, and then, you know, Puff's Kalista, of course, buying the Immortal Shield Bow. And right now we're sitting on no Grievous Wounds.
And that's one of the big questions in League of Legends right now, because there's a clip on Reddit the other day of, hang on, Shun's in trouble. JackeyLove's going for the solo dive. Okay, Dark Passage out of there. I thought I was witnessing pure insanity there from JackeyLove, because I've witnessed that before. But he's going to back away in the end. But, you know, there was a clip of Reckless saying, basically, he doesn't think it's worth AD carries buying Grievous Wounds right now, but you can buy it across the rest of the team. You can see 369 will very likely already have a little bit of Grievous Wounds in his kit. Obviously, he's the Malphite, so the Bramble Vest, a very valuable purchase. Maybe Knight needs to invest in as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, from my point of view, I definitely... Ooh, TheShy. Karsa's going to get out of there scot-free, but you should be looking at who doesn't need to waste that gold, as well as what members or what champions can most easily apply Grievous Wounds to the members that need to be hit. Luckily for the side of Top Esports, you have a lot of members who can easily apply it, whether it's 369 opting into, you know, an Oblivion Orb, or even Karsa going for something like what's it called, the Chempunk Chainsword. I know that's way more niche, we don't really see that. And Knight also have an easy time of applying Grievous Wounds, so I don't think it should be a problem about building them on the champions. We just need to see one of them commit to it.
We did just see Shun drop a Zhonya's right there. I'm not sure if we panned over to that too late, whether he was dodging something or if that was a misclick. Knight, oh, good blue trinket. TheShy was ready to go. JackeyLove's been caught. The 4-man knock-up, and Top Esports are torn asunder. Karsa trying to buy time with the ulti, but it doesn't do anything. Now onto the tower they go. IG are fully in control of the game. We talked about early Barons. Guess what? IG have got a Kalista.
And we said how IG needs to be the team accelerating this game, taking advantage of their power spikes. TheShy wants to keep doing it, is threatening, but it's so nice to see this level of proactivity.
Look where Rookie is as well. He's off to the side. He's waiting to flank the two solo laners from Top Esports as they move into contest. Knock-up coming out, Scatter the Weak to follow, but there's just no damage. They can't finish anyone off on the side of IG, who just returned to the Baron. They ignore them like nothing ever happened. 3,000 on the Baron. Scatter the Weak going to be used onto Lucas, but the shield there from Rookie keeps the support alive. Baron taken. IG get away with it. Nobody goes down.
Really nice play coming out from IG. Again, the aggressiveness we're seeing. I love that engage coming out from Lucas. And then this is why this is a player we were so excited for. Finds the hook right onto JackeyLove. Massive knockup onto numerous members. And look how consistently they all follow up. They're all on the same page. They all jump in. Really nice shockwave coming out as well. And instantly, all the members of Top Esports are just deleted.
This is what we wanted to see from IG as well. Because I'm not going to lie. I was coming into this series looking at the recent performance of the two teams, and I was a little bit nervous that we were going to hype this all up and IG just wouldn't show up at all.
He was nervous.
But today, they are here. 4,500 gold lead. They have the early game composition, and they are snowballing out of control. So over to the side of Top Esports then. What is the port of call? How do you stop the bleeding?
The problem is there's no easy answer, right? You need to buy time, but the problem is IG are on soul point. You don't have an easy way to buy time. You definitely still outscale them. 369 will get to a point where it will be incredibly hard for any member of IG to kill him, and we know JackeyLove will outdamage Puff at a certain point of this game. But with the fact that you gave over all 3 of the first dragons to IG, how do you create a buffer window to where you're allowed to get down defensive wards and just farm your jungle? You don't. You have to fight in 40 seconds.
40 seconds is the timer on that Infernal Drake. TheShy up on the top side right now. He's going to look for a Scuttle Crab as the fight for mid prio seems to be a fight often fought on the current patch in the game in Season 11 here, but Drake is really what we're looking towards,
Karsa,
trying to get prio so they can move over.
Karsa on a good flank angle. I think he was spotted out over that ward, though.
Oh, hook comes through. It's a stun there as well. 369 forced to flash away. Still has his ulti, though. And we'll take the Dark Passage. I'm not going to lie, I thought that was his ulti that he just misclicked there. It was a Dark Passage. He gets over to the rest of Top Esports. Nobody goes down. Shockwave is on cooldown right now for Rookie. That's an important tool in these team fights. But so far this game, it's been about TheShy. You've got to keep your eyes on that Croc and the havoc that he can wreak on the team of Top Esports.
Also note that both mid laners don't have flash up. If TheShy can get on top of them, if TheShy can get on top of Knight, he will just be instantly dead. IG are controlling side waves right now. They are all pulling into Top Esports, so Top Esports are the ones who feel pressured.
Yeah, and you know what? It's an Infernal Soul on the cards for IG as well, so extra pressure layered on top. But this is going to be a full 5v5 here, and you can see Top Esports are not going to let this go without that fight. 369 wants to find a way in. TheShy using that blast cone just to deny it from 369. He's spotted on the ward. TheShy goes in onto him. They'd love to just pick him instead of allowing him to get the pick. Lantern to safety as Top Esports. They've got to start to move in. TheShy with the Dominus. The fight begins. Box onto TheShy, but he's denied the Sky of the Week. The Moonlight Vigil is there. Top Esports maybe have found the fight. 4 members strong still as Lucas is hooked in and taken down. Can Shun get the steal? That's what we got to keep our eyes on. This Nidalee, the signature pick for the rookie jungler. Dragon resets here. Karsa charging forward. Rookie with the Zhonya's keep himself alive. Karsa's taken down. No smite here for Top Esports. And now IG can move in once more. Rookie stepping forward. JackeyLove with all the gold here for Top Esports. Dragon resets again. The Ren's still available. Shun is here with the smite. Takes the Drake. The Ren gets it. The Infernal Soul. And IG turned it into a fight. Knight against the world. But Rookie says, I'm the better mid laner as he finishes off his counterpart.
And IG pretty much just sealed the deal on this game. They have a massive gold lead. Infernal Soul, Shun 7-0 and 6. Rookie is massive as well. And that fight was played so well by both sides at the start of it, Munchables. There was so much patience, and then we just got to a point where action exploded.
What a tense fight from both teams. And TheShy, I thought it had all gone wrong for IG as he goes in and just gets taken out immediately.
And it was surprising because, again, he was so patient, but gets kind of baited in. Nice zone control coming out from Top Esports. They went out in the long run. TS being a bit indecisive right now with what they should do because, of course, both Kalista and Nidalee are still up. Karsa goes in, tries to burst him down, and just gets deleted. Again, remember, Shun is the most fed member of the IG roster at this point in time. And then when you have both your jungler and a Rend up on your side, it should be pretty guaranteed that you get Soul. And then getting the Infernal Soul allowed for these follow-up kills to come out.
Beautiful stuff from IG. And now with Infernal Soul, one thing that has to be said is that does temper the scaling advantage that Top Esports would have in a longer game, right? With a 5,500 gold, in fact 6,000 gold lead in favor of IG, with that Infernal Soul, their team won't fall off as hard as previously stated. They're going to do much better in that longer game. And you have to look towards 369 here. He's on your screen. That Malphite has to find a god tier ultimate for Top Esports to win a fight at this point.
And he's also just been one of the most disappointing members of Top Esports' split, right? When we looked at 369 last year, not only because Top Esports are winning, but he was in conversation. He was, one of the 3 best supports in LPL. Zoom was obviously the clear number 1, but I think 369 was definitely, second or third in that conversation. He's not even top 5 this split. There's so many other names. Breathe, Zoom, TheShy, Nuggery, Xiaohu, that it's pretty sad to see kind of the fall off that 369 has had this split.
And it's the opposite story here. But speaking of 369, he's been caught out. He tried to go for this sneaky flank, but it's just not happening. Dark Passage, but he's stunned. And Puff finishes the kill with a Rend. A pick for IG, and now they want a little bit more. Lucas goes in. The CC across the squad. Karsa trying to peel for his team, but it's just not happening. TheShy will not be stopped. Charging through the team as Puff takes down the kills. And Knight left alone once more. There's a blast cone. Maybe he can get away with his life, but TheShy wants to chase him down. The solo lane is dueling once more. And Knight, you can throw out some Qs. You can do a bit of damage, but this Renekton ain't stopping anytime soon. He's got a shield from Rookie, and he goes in to finish off the Knight in shining armor. Knight's buying some time for himself. He's keeping himself alive as he goes into the enemy base, but he knows there's nowhere to go. Takes a tower shot and is taken down. TheShy survives, and onto the Baron IG go.
The funniest part of all of this, Munch, is the fact that had they just let him recall, they probably could have just pushed mid inhibitor as well, and had Knight walked up and tried to defend, which he probably wouldn't have, he'd be dead. But still, they get mid inhibitor and Baron from that play, rather than just going for the vengeance bloodthirsty kill onto Knight.
Lyric, this isn't about correct League of Legends. This is about IG and Top Esports, and that TheShy couldn't let that one go. Let's take another look at how this all unfolds.
I mean, it's just a 5v4. You have a Kalista and a Nautilus as well, so it doesn't matter that you throw down the box. Kalista throws in Lucas. He goes in with his ultimate, has the dredge line. TheShy able to follow up as well. Slice and Dice is in there. Just numbers advantage, almost a 10k gold advantage. They have Soul. Top Esports have no Drakes. Right now, IG have every advantage in the book going into that fight.
And I want to really quickly highlight the rookies in this game as well, because we talked about the two support rookies in Zhuo and Lucas, and both having a reasonable performance, but Shun is playing out of his mind. 7-0-8 on this Nidalee with the CS advantage as well. He feels like a duck to water. Now that we're past the halfway mark in the split, he actually had a rougher entrance into the league, but it feels like he's really started to come into his own.
The thing I love about Shun is he's really good mechanically, slots into this team well, knows his role, plays around topside quite often. Again, very aggressive and looking for a lot of these duels, so plays both styles of the carry. Is TheShy just kind of teasing it, but yeah, Shun definitely facilitating a massive role, especially in this game.
Oh, that spear from Shun forces JackeyLove away from the play, and the Nexus towers are already in trouble. TheShy can play brick wall. He can zone the squad as he just queues through everybody, and the towers are falling. Puff is onto the Nexus, and Shun goes in and takes out the enemy mid laner. TheShy is causing havoc. Their Nexus is bare, but IG don't want the end. They want to take down their counterparts and eradicate Top Esports from the map. Lucas walks away with his life. Everybody's still going strong as the Top Esports are just forced onto the fountain. Shun will go down to the laser, but it just doesn't matter as IG take game one.
And this rivalry brings the best out of IG like we expected. There are so many members you need to highlight for IG this match, but it definitely feels like Shun, TheShy, and Lucas were definitely the three that stood out and stepped up. Rookie, though, very solid early game. We remember his early wave manipulation and how he roamed around the map, really shut Knight out of the game. And then eventually Puff found his place, you know, doing good in teamfights and securing objectives. But really that trio that we highlighted, Shun, TheShy, and Lucas, really having a good game.
So beautiful to see, and especially two of them being those rookies. Like stepping into IG and being able to be a spotlight player on a roster that has players like TheShy and Rookie, that is a statement in of itself. And I'm so excited to see what is ahead for this roster because, you know, in the recent series, we saw IG feeling lackluster, going for these full scaling compositions, TheShy on things like the Scion that clearly he was not that comfortable on. It feels like now going back to this aggression, this is a new breath of life for IG.
You know, it was something I always expected. I remember talking about it when I was casting those games, is that, you know, this is cool to see from IG. They're going standard, but at some point, they're going to get their moxie back, and they're going to be like, you know what? Scion or no, we are taking these aggressive champions. We are looking to win early game, and we're going to snowball off that because we have good enough players to do so. And I'm glad that we see it in the next series up against Top Esports because, again, let's remember, both of these teams are sitting on 6 wins in the league. So this could be some nice momentum moving up in the playoff scheme, and just really needed to see this from IG, that their individual members can still step up.
And we talked about Shun being one of the big players in this game, actually topping the damage charts as a jungler. This is why his Nidalee is to be feared. This is why it's so often banned against IG. Even when Nidalee's not really the premium jungler anymore on 11.3, Shun still, you just gotta respect the pick. And Top Esports here, punished for this full scaling composition that they drafted for themselves. You don't get to just scale up against IG.
And let's remember that they were ahead early on, and they were the aggressors who started the fight that set them behind. It was Karsa ulting in onto one member. It was 369 ulting in onto one member, and they initially bursted out Rookie, but it gave that angle for TheShy to hit that flank, and then Shun was also standing behind so many members on the opposite side. He's hitting spear after spear after spear, and it's like, guys, you don't need to look for this player. Even if you are, since you're ahead, wait for more opportune times. How many times did we see 369 Malphite ult onto one person? It felt like we saw that 3-4 times. Got picked off when he was trying to set off the flank that led to another 5v4 for IG.
That's one of the key things is I think that the solo lane performances, when we came into this series, we said how 369 hasn't really